So let's talk Wemby a little bit because you guys already mentioned the fact that Phoenix figured some stuff out against him. LA obviously figured some stuff out against him last night. He fouls out, third of his career, second this season already. After the game, he was even frustrated, talking about how the game seems so fast right now, and he hasn't really faced these types of defenses yet before against teams. And so I'm wondering, what do you do now, Lou? Right? Because once the thing gets figured out, then you have to take the next step and get better. So
Yeah.
what is the next step here for Wemby?
What you just said, he has to make adjustments. He's still a very young player in this league, and scouting reports are starting to do different things to frustrate him and make the game difficult, right? So we've seen him go from shooting 9 3-pointers a game to now shooting around 3 to 4 a game. He adjusted that. Now you got to go back in that bag and use that as another tool. You see how teams are going to guard you in the post now. So now you have to adjust to that. You have to play the game inside of the game. You got to figure out ways to beat that double team. For me, he has to take a page out of Giannis' book, right? Like, I know I'm dominant when I have the ball in my hands and I'm bringing it up the floor. I got to put pressure on you every single time. Either I'm going to dunk this basketball or you're going to foul me. It's going to go my way. He has to, in the transition, I think he has to put the ball in his hands more. I don't want to turn him into the point guard, but I want him to establish this early in games where teams can't load up on him in the post like they've been doing. Teams are starting to have some success with guarding him that way. And so now it's his opportunity for him to go back, look at some film, look at some tape and say, these are the ways that I'm going to make sure these instances go my way. As a scorer for me, I always wanted to be in charge of how my possessions were going to go. So you can call me a foul baiter, you can call me whatever you want, but it's going to go my way. I'm not going to let you guard me how you want to guard me. And I think that's where Wemby is right now. Teams are throwing a lot of different looks at him. They're throwing a lot of different things his way to make him adjust the way that he plays that makes him successful. He's going to watch tape and he's going to adjust to them as well. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't think there's any figuring out Victor Wembanyama, but there is some critical, defensive schemes that you can do. And that's happened in the last 2 games, whether it's pushing him out from the basket, trying to get him in the half court. When he gets that defensive rebound, which he gets a lot, I think he's second in the NBA, and he goes in transition, that's where he's great, where he can kind of get to that long stride, where he can get to that Euro step, and that's where his finishing is. He's unguardable. Mitch Johnson, this is big for you. As first-year coach, you have to make adjustments as a first head coach with a budding superstar, not a budding superstar, with a superstar, how to put him in the best possible situations. How do you get more quick-hitting actions where they can't double team? How do you get him on quick little baseline screens where you can get to that little baby hook quick before the double team comes? What's the proper spacing? Who needs to be on the floor with him to make him the most successful as possible? And I do think that's playing faster. When they get bogged down in the half court and he gets pushed out and he gets, face up, little post up, the double teams coming. I think they got to have more movement. They got to have more cutting, but it's going to take time. Listen, this guy's going to see every defense in the history of basketball thrown at him his way. You're going to have to keep making adjustments. So a lot of this is on this first-year coach, Mitch Johnson, to put him in those situations. But also he's got to be patient. It's not going to be easy. He's going to get double teamed. He's going to get triple teamed. Marcus Smart last night, you see him elbow him in the back, and then Victor kind of retaliates and gets the charge call on him. He's got to be smarter than that. He can't get in foul trouble because he's too valuable. Saw a stat last night. They're like the best defense ever with him on the floor, and they're the worst defense in the NBA without him. That just shows how important he is when he's on the floor. So foul trouble can't become a thing for him because he's too valuable.
Mitch, I want to give Coach a piece of advice. Not that he needs it. Put him at the free throw line. Can't double anybody in the middle of the floor. Put him at the free throw line. Put him at that Dirk spot. Teams cannot double because he can face up. And if you're going to run at a 7-7 guy while he's faced up, he's going to beat you over the top. And also, if you play him one-on-one from those spots, he's going to beat you as well. So stop putting him on the block. They're doubling the block. They can rotate out of the block. But if you put him in those little gray areas where it's weird, where he can face up, you can't do nothing with him. Put him in those spots.
Yeah. And that's the thing. He's so versatile. He can set the screen. He can handle in the screen. He can, go play splits with one of their dynamic guards. Stephon Castle's done a great job. He turns the ball over a little bit, but he's a great kind of option to play that 2-man game with him and these quick hitting actions. Don't let the defense get set and let them do what they want to do against Wemby. That's not going to help. And that's where he's going to, force. It's where he's going to settle. It's where he's going to take these long fadeaways that aren't necessarily what he does best. I like them to go even faster than they're playing now.
Well, travel day today. They go home. Cup game tomorrow against Houston. So that'll be a must-see game again.
Another tough one.
I know it's a tough one. We're gonna take a quick break. On the other side, our friend